Yeah, great team effort. Just thankful that, a small market team like us can come into a place like Mile High and get it done.
Was that a nice rallying cry?
Yeah, when you – yes, yeah.
About Trevor was handling the atmosphere of that defense. How close were you with him today?
Very impressed. Very impressed with the way these guys have continued to compete. Trevor, the offensive line, had to shuffle a few things. I thought they protected really well. Did some really good things in the pass game. Parker Washington stepped up in a huge way. All those guys, I think he threw it to about 7 different receivers in the game, whatever it was, and guys just keep battling and making plays.
What went into the third down success in particular?
I think we had a good plan. I think Spencer Whipple, Grant Udinsky, those guys did a great job with the plan. Trevor Mendelson does our third down runs, and we actually ended up throwing one of the runs that ended up occurring. It was a quarterback draw that we ended up throwing that hit Parker on an outcut that he went down the sidelines. But I think our staff did a great job. The players, under obviously a loud atmosphere on the road, did a great job of executing the third down plan. Really, you look at third down and red zone is kind of where we ended up winning the game. I think he did fine, I think we had one miscue down on third down in the red zone to Jacoby in the back of the end zone that got kind of tipped. We had a miscue there, communication, but I was very proud of Walker being able to step in. Nobody flinched. Nobody blinked when he was going on in. Jonah Monheim going on in. And so those guys stayed the course. Sean, Kali'i, and Trevor, great. They've done a great job with that group, and very proud of them.
Obviously, you ran it 27 times. How important was it to stay committed to that, even when it wasn't a long game?
Yeah, it was one of those. We weren't popping many of them. The one pitch earlier in the game that got us down inside the 5, we executed well, which I think kind of alleviated some of the pressure we were feeling early on. We need to continue to get better in that department, but the quarterback, Trevor, being able to scramble, get us some hard yards, especially down later in the game when you need to get a couple first downs, we were able to do that a little bit.
You mentioned Trevor, but just talk about his game.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the resilience. Early on, and first 2 drives, we couldn't do much. They kind of gloved some of our concepts. He was under some pressure, and he never flinched. He never got out of his comfort zone. He's been playing at a high level. He's been preparing and practicing at a high level, and this team's behind him. They appreciate him, they respect him, and he's stepping up for us in a big way.
It was a little tongue-in-cheek at the beginning, but do you feel like this is a win that can change the narrative for your group?
We don't care. We really don't care about the narrative. I'm sorry to say that, but it's only helping us. So I want the narrative to keep coming.
Follow up on Parker, his yards after catch today. How impressive is it the way he can just sort of wiggle out of those tackle attempts?
Yeah, man, he's so explosive. He's so strong. His lower half is very explosive. He works extremely hard in the off season to prepare. He works extremely hard during the season to prepare, to get his body right. And we knew, we weren't sure who Surtain would match, whether it would be BT or Jacoby. And a lot of things were kind of set up for Parker to have a day and to be one of the number 1 targets of today. So that didn't just happen. We prepared that way all week, wanted to get him involved early. And he had a look in his eye from a very early start that he was going to have a big day.
Anybody else?
One more. The defense gave up a ton of yards, but you like the way they maybe moved Nick's offense.
Yeah, we were opportunistic, I thought, on defense. 5 or 4. They were 5 or 14 on third down, 1 of 3 on fourth down. They got in the red zone twice. So, I know the yards were high, and they hit some explosive passes and some catch and runs underneath that we weren't thrilled about. But I thought our guys did a great job of just digging in, playing physical. Jarian Jones, huge interception to stop a drive, a couple big-time stops. So very proud of the defensive staff and camping those guys.
What does it mean to snap a clean sheet like this not just winning in this season, but 12-game home streak here, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that this team doesn't mind going and playing anywhere, anytime, any place. And we've been successful on the West Coast this year. I think that the guys get closer when we go on the road, actually, in times, and they enjoy being with each other. It's a group that enjoys, players, coaches, staff. We all kind of enjoy each other and hanging out and traveling and playing in games that nobody really thinks we're going to win.
You mentioned Trevor, obviously, a couple straight performances like this in a row. Is this the best you've kind of seen him play?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's had some stretches in his career where he's really played at a high level, and but the consistency that you're talking about, especially during this stretch that we've had, it's the best I've seen him, in terms of being around him in a short period of time. But it's no surprise, really. We've stayed the course. He has stayed the course. We've tried to make the game tailored to him in a lot of ways, and he's stepping up for us and making critical throws, critical scrambles, protection changes, run cans, alerts. I mean, he's doing it all. He's doing everything that you want your guy to be doing, and he's doing it at a high level right now.